Hey, what's going on, guys? This is just going to be kind of an update video to let you guys know about some stuff that's coming up, some things that are happening, and just to kind of let you guys know about stuff that's going on with my channel here currently and in the near future. So there's a few things I want to go over with you guys today. The first thing that I just want to go over quickly is remember when I reviewed this Sell Some Arms set and I had an extra one that I was going to give away to one of you guys. I drew a random winner for that, and the person who won didn't actually want it, I guess, so I had to draw a new winner. So I'll let you guys know who the new winner is. For this, that is going to be Justin Park, and I'll post this around online too, just in case Justin doesn't watch this video. But if you do see this video, Justin, get in touch with me somehow if you can. He said, I would give the lance to an advanced GNX custom. The arm would give to a custom Gundam in repair mode, like the Exia was at the start of Season 2 with 00. So some different 00 themed ideas for this, pretty cool. Okay, so Justin, yeah, get in touch with me and I'll get that sent out to you. Okay, other points of news, obviously, as you can tell from the title of this video, is that I am going to be, well, maybe you couldn't tell by the title, but I'm going to be leaving this room. That's because I'm going to be moving in about 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks in that time period, 2 to 3 weeks from now in that time period I'm going to be moving. And so you can probably expect that that's going to really interrupt my video making process, model making process here for a week or two, especially. I'll try to keep up the content for you guys as much as I can, and I'll try to work ahead a little bit to have some things kind of prepared that I can just kind of edit and post later on. But expect some interruptions in the next 2 to 3 weeks while I'm getting ready for moving, and then in the process of moving to a new apartment. And what that's going to also entail for me is that I'm also not going to be working actually from my house. This is a room in my home, but I'm going to be working out in like an office, actually, which is in my wife's place of business. There's an extra room there that we're going to turn into an office for me to work there. So that'll be cool, I guess. Anyway, so we're moving into a new apartment. And so, yeah, we just thought it'd be a good time to make a change like that. So basically, it should be good. Anyway, so I'll have to set up everything there. The good point of that, too, is that I don't need to store everything in the same place that I'm working, so that I can actually have my working space there less cluttered by all this stuff that you guys are often seeing behind me and stuff. So hopefully that'll be good. It's still like in the planning process, but I think that'll be interesting change, and hopefully for the better for you guys, for the content, just to be just kind of a more organized working environment for me, kind of less cluttered working environment. Hopefully it'll be better just for making content for you guys. So yeah, it'll be busy at that time getting everything all moved and everything, but for those of you guys who have been paying attention, you may also know that my wife and I and our kids, of course, we're planning to move to America in the spring of next year. That is going to be delayed. Not that it really matters too much according to the content for you guys, but just letting you know anyway. We're planning on moving back to America in the spring, but it's delayed until we don't know exactly when now at this point. But for a lot of reasons, different things, coronavirus being a part of the reason, yeah, sure. But not the only reason. There's other things that go into it. I won't get into it, but that's just, anyway, something to let you guys know about too, as well. And then also a couple things regarding the live streaming and live shows and stuff. If you guys have noticed, the past 2 weeks I haven't really done any live streaming, and that's mostly because I've just been trying to work on getting the 160 scale Mazinger kit done, which just takes a lot of time. So I've been focusing on trying to get the Mazinger done. It's in the near finishing stages, so should be finished with that hopefully this week. But I do have some other live shows that I'm planning on working on this week as well. And then next week we'll probably get back to doing at least 1 or 2 actually like live builds per week as well. So if you guys have been missing watching the live builds, sorry about that. I will get back to doing those soon. But as for other different like live shows, there's going to be a new episode of Gunpla Critique coming up this Friday. That's a Friday morning for me at 10 a.m. If you guys are living in the States, for example, that's Thursday evening for you guys, so I'll let you guys know the time where you can, anyway, around 10 a.m. should be the start time for that. I never know what could possibly happen, that it might be late or something, but it should be around 10 a.m. My time Friday morning. So just a reminder to you guys too that Gunpla Critique is a video series that I'm doing as part of my Patreon rewards. So the people who are able to submit their works for the Gunpla Critique are just my Patreon supporters. So if you're interested in submitting works for the Gunpla critique videos or just becoming a Patreon supporter for whatever reason, you can check out, there's always a link down in my video description to my Patreon page there if you want to help support me and my family. But I try to do those Gunpla critique episodes about once a month, so check that out if you're interested. And then before that, actually this coming Wednesday morning, and again, if you're in the US, that'll be Tuesday evening for you. Should be around the same time, around 10 a.m. Wednesday morning for me. I've got a kind of new show, kind of like the rebirth of a show, starting with Josh. Josh and I are going to be getting back to doing a live show together. Before we were doing G-Check, if you guys remember that. We did a few episodes of that, basically where we were taking a look online at just some works on Modelers G at the time, so hence the name G-Check. We were looking at Modelers G, just looking at some different Gunpla works there and just kind of giving our thoughts and just kind of getting excited about some different cool works that we found there on Modelers G. And so basically what we're going to be doing in the new show is going to be kind of similar to that, but we're going to be taking a look at like Twitter trends. So if you guys are familiar with like Japanese, especially Japanese modeling on Twitter, a lot of times they'll have like these trends of like a daily trend of like the recent one that we're going to be taking a look at this week is the GOG Day. It was GOG Day, I think 1 or 2 days ago, where like everyone was just sharing pictures of their different GOG related builds. So that's just kind of a thing that especially Japanese modelers do on Twitter, and Josh and I are always talking to each other, like sharing stuff between each other, like different cool builds and stuff that we find. So I just had the idea of kind of reviving the G-Check show, but changing it up to focusing on the different kind of daily Twitter trends. So we're currently working on the name for that show. We don't necessarily have a name for that nailed down yet, but we're going to have the first episode of that, kind of a trial episode, I guess, if you will, this coming Wednesday morning. So check that out too. We can watch on here on YouTube, and also should be able to stream that onto my Facebook page as well too, so you can check that out also. And then the other live show related news too as well, I'm planning on getting back to doing some more interviews as well. So I'm checking around, just kind of making a list of some people who I think I might want to interview, going through like Instagram and finding some different modelers who I follow and different people who I think would be cool to talk to, good modelers, good people in the community who I think would be cool to talk to for just getting some interview time with them. So I should be getting back to doing some interviews in the near future as well. I'll maybe try to set one up probably next week sometime, so I'll let you guys know about that. Again, just make sure you follow here on YouTube, and also my Facebook page is a good place to follow just for updates about that kind of stuff as well. I usually post stuff on there as well. And then also I'm planning on starting a live show with Adam at USA Gundam Store as well. We're going to be doing a kind of show and tell kind of show there with him. So that's something that we're working on as well. Hopefully we'll get that going very soon in the near future as well. So some different cool live shows to kind of share with you guys, and especially during this time where a lot of people are held up at home. Hopefully you guys will have time to just kind of kick back and hang out watching some live shows. And you can always watch them later too, of course. You don't have to watch it live if you can't make it at that time. But so that's all the news related to that stuff. Just checking my list, make sure I'm not forgetting anything. So that's kind of all like the major news things that I wanted to talk about. Just the last thing that I want to talk to you guys about too is not so much like about a particular thing that's going to be happening with my channel, just sort of like my feelings lately in general. I've felt kind of a little bit disconnected from the community a little bit recently, more than I had like in the past. And I think probably what the reason is that I'm working a lot on like making the content that I want to make, like working on a lot of builds and, you know, trying to put out work in progress videos when I can, and then also keeping up with reviews and things like that, and making the videos that I want to make and then putting them out there for you guys. But not really feeling like that connection with the community like maybe like I used to, or like I had before, or I don't know, maybe it's just me. I don't know, it's just something that I've just kind of been feeling recently. So I've been thinking about what to do to kind of help that situation, because I want to feel like that connection with you guys, because I'm just making content and putting it out there. So obviously there is an actual like realistic disconnect there. But so one of the things that I wanted to do is just a small thing too, is just kind of get conversations more started more in the comments as well on the YouTube videos. So in my different reviews or work in progress videos or things like that, I think probably going into the future is I'll pose more questions to you guys as well. So like in the review, maybe if I'm reviewing whatever kit, I'll sometime over the course of the review, or like at the end of the review or something like that, I'll just pose a question to you guys, just like something related to that kit for us to just kind of discuss in the comments. So just a kind of thing, basically turning the YouTube comments into like a forum of sorts, where like each video will basically be like a thread, basically like in a forum that we can just like kind of discuss things. People can post their opinions about it, something like that. So turning it, like changing from the YouTube comments, instead of just being like, great review, thanks, and like, oh, I just recently got this kit and I'm building it now, it's a lot of fun. And these kind of those kind of comments are fine. I'm not saying I don't want those kind of comments, but just kind of more engagement with you guys, I think, is just more interesting. And just the YouTube platform itself, the comment section there, I think is kind of an unutilized opportunity there for engagement with me, and then with each other too, of course, just kind of talking amongst each other, because people don't really use forums much anymore, but just kind of a good space to also just kind of share ideas, opinions, and with each other, and kind of converse with each other is still good. And people use that on Facebook for that, of course, but I think a lot of people also do get kind of turned off by Facebook because it just kind of gets messy at times too. I've talked about this in the past. I really don't care that much. I'm not gonna complain about what people get into posting on Facebook or whatever. It's not something that keeps me up at night by any means. So it's just another idea anyway, just something to drive some conversation between us and between you guys and everyone. So chat more amongst yourselves in the YouTube comments, and so I'll be trying to help that along by asking you guys some questions, things like that, giving some kind of topics of conversation in my reviews as well. Also, on my last review of the Doug Schneid's Ifrit, at the very end of that review, if you guys missed it, I did just a quick little tutorial kind of video about hint about how to remove the seam line on that kit. That's something that I also want to do more in reviews in the future, like including one little just kind of helpful tip. And I was doing some sort of kind of similar videos before, doing the quick fix videos, which I do want to still do. It's just that I kind of have a hard time finding time to get around to doing them. But one kind of good, easy way to do that is to just include it in the review video as well. So if it's a particular like seam line on a specific kit that's, I think, like really specific to that kit, just including that little kind of quick tip demonstration of showing how to do that in the review video, I think is helpful. So it's something I'll be trying to do more in the near future. And as always, guys, when it comes to stuff like that in videos, if that's something that you like or dislike about, if I ever try something new or different in any of my videos or anything, you get liking the video or disliking the video, or especially letting me know in the comments, is also just a good way to let me know that this is something that you like or dislike about the content and that you want to see more of or you don't want to. And usually always tends to be the case that whenever I post work in progress videos, I'll usually get a lot of comments from people saying, this is the kind of video that I like, this is the kind of video that I want more of. And so I'm well aware of that you guys like to see work in progress videos and things like that, so trying to work on those. But again, those take multiple days. It's like filming the process of working on a kit over like a week to put that into one video, so it's kind of hard to do like a daily work in progress videos, or they'd be just like 2 or 3 minutes long, which is just too short. It doesn't really seem like there's too much point at that point. So feedback from you guys is also important. That's what I want to say about that. And then just on a similar note too, if any of you guys are watching this and you're not subscribed, feel free to subscribe if you want. I've basically gone like 6 years now with this channel without ever really asking you guys to subscribe, but pretty regularly, like checking my YouTube analytics, it's usually about 50% of my YouTube views come from people who aren't subscribed. So maybe I should ask you guys to subscribe more. It's just kind of cringy for me. I don't really like it. Like when obviously a lot of YouTube channels do it. It's pretty normal. I don't think it's actually really that weird or cringy to say, hey, like, comment, subscribe on the video. I don't like saying it. So it's kind of, I don't know, but I feel like probably every now and then I should remind you guys to subscribe if you like the content or whatever, but yeah, just if you aren't, subscribe if you want. I just kind of feel like you guys are all adults, or at least on your way to being adults, and you know that the subscribe button's there, and if you want to stay subscribed to a channel, you can subscribe if you want. But the way YouTube is set up now, if you just keep watching a channel, they'll keep recommending it to you whether you're subscribed or not. So it kind of doesn't really matter a lot in terms of like seeing the content that you want to see. As long as you keep watching the videos, it doesn't really matter if you're subscribed or not. So it kind of doesn't even make sense to have it really too much anymore. But just letting you guys know, just as a reminder, you can subscribe if you want. It does just kind of help me to know about my audience base as well, and I also get a sense of where my subscribers are located as well. I think for most of you guys, as long as you're not using a VPN or something, it should like show me the country. So it just kind of helps at times to know like where my audience is coming from. For example, I know like it's usually around 42-43% is in the US, so that just kind of helps me to know where my audience is. So anyway, I guess in summary of this whole kind of very loosely organized rambling video, I'm gonna be moving soon, so it's gonna be a kind of transition time for me physically, and then also I'm just kind of utilizing this as a kind of transition time for my content as well, to be moving into a new like physical space of working. And then also I just want to get more engaged with you guys as well, rather than just making my content and putting it out to you guys and that just being kind of the end of it. So the different live shows and things that I'm working on, I hope will be interesting for you guys to watch and be engaged with, and then just all the other videos as well too. Hopefully those will be just you know, as always, interesting and useful for you guys, but also hopefully they'll be good platforms for us to kind of share with each other as well too. So I think that covers everything that I really wanted to talk about in this video. I feel like there's something that I'm forgetting. I'll probably remember while I'm editing the video later, and I'll have to put it in, but or I'll remember it later and I'll just post it. But anyway, the point is, subscribe and follow here on Facebook or on YouTube if you want. Also on my Facebook page, these are good places to just stay up to date with what's going to be coming out, especially for live shows and things like that in the videos. Also my Instagram and Twitter accounts. My Twitter account, I don't really post a lot of like my own work there, but I'm usually sharing a lot of stuff, so Twitter is just a good place to get inspiration for things I find. But I am trying to these days get a little bit more in the habit of sharing at least some work in progress photos on there as well. And work in progress photos is something that I share a lot, usually amongst my Patreon supporters on Discord. I have a Discord as well, but which is also just for Patreon supporters, and I post a lot of work in progress photos to those guys, which you guys don't see, but you might see like in work in progress videos later on. But just being a part of the Patreon Discord is a good way to see kind of what I'm working on more in real time as well too. But I am going to try to be more in the habit of using my Twitter account as well, so I'll be posting some work in progress photos on there sometimes too. And then yeah, just my Instagram account too, I just post kind of whatever, usually pictures of like kits that I'm reviewing and things like that on my Instagram account, so you can check that out too. If you guys didn't know, I have that as well. So as always guys, thanks so much for your support. Thank you to USA Gundam Store for their support. You guys can shop at USA Gundam Store and use my coupon code there, and let me know what your guys' thoughts are on all the things that I've talked about throughout this video. So I'm interested to hear your guys' feedback and ideas related to that stuff. So that's it for today guys, I'll see you very soon. Have a good one. Bye bye.